Welcome to Thriver Talks with Stephanie and Nalie. I'm Nalie.
And I'm Stephanie.
And today is episode 26 on boosting the immune system with Qi Gong.
We are carrying on our series of interviewing health experts, and today we are so honored to bring you Dr. George Xavier Love. He is a doctor of Asian medicine, a licensed acupuncture physician since 1986, and Grandmaster of Blue Dragon Immortal Qi Gong.
Last week's episode was all about traditional Chinese medicine, so we wanted to give you more tools on how to heal your emotions that now we know that it's connected to your body. So that's why we wanted to interview Dr. George Love.
And as you know, we both share the common belief that there are so many different paths to healing, and being thrivers with quote unquote incurable stage 4 diagnoses, there really is nothing that you won't look into or try. So we are presenting to you different belief systems, unique healing methods. And again, these are just people's experiences and different techniques, and to take what resonates with you.
So without further ado, here's episode 26.
So, Dr. George Love, we are so honored to have you on Thriver Talks today. And I gave a little intro about you, but your accolades and all of the amazing things you've done are just a mouthful. So, could you just give us a little insight as to like a piece of your amazing experience and backgrounds?
Well, I am one of the first licensed acupuncture physicians in the state of Florida, going back to 1986. So I'm sort of like the grandfather of acupuncture. I'm the first non-Chinese grandmaster of medical Qi Gong.
Wow.
And I'm also a Taoist and a Buddhist and an ancient Egyptian priest.
I love that you're laughing about all of that because it is really impressive. In fact, where are you right now? You have to explain this beautiful background for us.
Yes, okay. I see Egyptian figures in the background.
So Imhotep was the Egyptian god of medicine. So I was initiated, I was ordained as a priest in 1994. The same year that I was made master of the Qinglong Qi Gong family. So 1994 was a really big year for me. And so as priest, I do ceremonies which include aromatherapy, physical therapy, bathing, fasting, and of course, Qi dance. All that's part of ancient Egyptian medicine. So this backdrop is the doorway to the temple. So behind me is the actual temple. And we call that the Holy of Holies, and only the priests get a chance to go into the Holy of Holies.
Wow. That is so cool. And I wish everyone, I know some people are just listening, but it's just, you look like royalty standing in front of the palace.
It's true.
So I guess if we want to dive into our interview, assuming that most of our listeners and viewers don't have any clue as to what Qigong is. So can you give us a brief description of what Qigong is and what it entails?
Okay. But to preface what is Qigong,
yes,
I think we have to understand how the body works and why Qigong is important.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So I started off with the lymph system. The lymph system is the cleansing mechanism of the body. The largest lymph gland is in your armpit. The armpit to the breast tissue is like that far apart. So if we want to have breast health, then we want to do exercises that pump the lymphatic system so that there's no dirt that could possibly collect in the breast tissue that could possibly turn into a breast lump that could possibly turn into a tumor. Mm-hmm. Now, my mother's had triple negative breast cancer twice, and she beat it both times.
Wow.
Never had an acupuncture treatment. just herbs and Qi Gong.
Wow.
Mainly because she lives 1,500 miles away from me. And she's like, I don't want you coming up here and redirecting my whole life. You're going to take over my house. So you just stay in Florida. So I was like, okay, Ma. So I just sent her the herbs and I guided her, you know, with Qigong exercises. And 6 months later, she did the PET scan, non-detectable.
Wow. That is incredible.
Then 5 years later, it pops up again. And I'm like, Mom, she says, I know, I don't like green vegetables. I don't like water. But if you come and do the Qigong with me again. So we did that, and literally 3 months later, non-detectable.
Incredible.
So I know that this works for breast cancer. Now, there are 6 acupuncture meridians that go through the breast tissue. And every acupuncturist in the world knows that. And yet, acupuncturists are not trying to treat breast cancer. So then I started doing Qi dance, and I explained that if you keep your lymphatic system clean, you won't ever develop breast cancer. And they're like, yeah, but I'm like, this is all you got to do. That's all you got to do. If you do that 15 minutes twice a day,
I'm in. I know. I am in.
So I developed 3 dance routines that would specifically target not only the largest lymph gland, but all of the entire lymph system, and of course the breast tissue as well.
For those who don't know, the lymph nodes, it's like your body's sewage system, correct?
Exactly. It's sort of like the Roomba, like a robot vacuum cleaner.
Mm.
So the bottom of the lymph system is in your ankle. So if you've watched any of my videos, which I know you have, we do up on your toes, rock back on your heels, up on your toes, rock back on your heels. And that pumps the lymph system from the ankle. Now your calf muscle literally squeezes the blood back up to the heart. There's another lymph gland behind the knee. So as you rock back and forth on your heels, you push the lymph up to your knee. Then from there, it goes into the groin. The secondary lymph nodes are in the groin, and then it goes up to the chest. Of course, there's some in the abdomen, and the top of the lymph system is at the bottom of the ear or the top of the jaw. Now, 2017, they discovered that the lymph system does not end here. It literally goes up into the brain.
Wow.
Now, 2017, when was this nugget of wisdom going to drop down into our laps? I had to go looking for it. And I discovered that the University of Virginia Medical School, December 2019, discovered that the lymph system went up into the meninges of the brain. Now, what's the meninges? It is the cushion between the actual brain and the skull. It's a 4-layer cushion. And there's a specialized type of white blood cell called ILC2. You can look that up on Google. And it lives in the meninges of the brain, and it turns on the lymph system. It turns on the immune system. Now, the immune system works through the lymphatic system. It uses the organs of the lymphatic system, which include the spleen and the white blood cells. The immune system, lymphatic system are different, but the immune system uses the organs of the lymph system in order to make it work. So if you can flush your lymphatic system on a daily basis, you turn on your immune system. Now, here's the other interesting thing. The lymph system is connected to the endocrine system. The endocrine system is where your hormones are manufactured. The hormones are manufactured from your diet. So the digestive system and the reproductive system work together. The reproductive system works with the endocrine system. So the mammary glands are connected to the endocrine system. The lymph system is connected to the endocrine system. So your diet does have something to do with breast health. So it is anger plus lack of exercise plus poor eating that creates a breast lump, which could possibly turn into a tumor.
So it's almost like creating an environment for a tumor to flourish if you aren't exercising, aren't eating a healthy diet, and you are holding on to anger and resentment.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Which brings us back to our initial question. What is Qi Gong?
What is Qi Gong? Okay, now that we've got the anatomy and physiology out of the way.
Yes.
Which we can go deeper into a bit after, but I feel like people are like, okay, now what is Qi Gong?
Okay, so Qi is the electromagnetically charged oxygenated blood. So when you breathe in, the lungs expand. What happens to the blood? It goes out. When you breathe out, the blood then goes into the lungs. Okay? So breathe in, blood goes out. Breathe out, blood goes in. How many people concentrate on the out breath?
Not many.
No, I think it's just kind of like one of those things that your body does like without thinking, you know?
I feel like a lot of people don't even focus on their breath, period.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So you can go 40 days without food, you can go 14 days without water, but you can only go 4 minutes without air. So the single most important thing you can do is breathe.
Yep. Yeah.
Okay. Now, when I was 16, I bought a book of breathing exercises. It was 16 breathing exercises. And I literally made myself crazy trying to practice all 16 breathing exercises. And then I confided in a friend of mine, and he said, why don't you just go running? And I was like, oh, yeah. So here I'm practicing these complicated, just run, bike, swim, skate, ski, dance, jump, make love, do something to make yourself breathe. Wow, that's too simple. Can you make it more complicated for me, please? So Gong means mastery or skilled work or exercise. So I call Qigong vitality exercise.
Honestly, we've had such a the great opportunity to practice Qigong with you when we were at the CAM conference 2 years ago. And what I love about Qigong is that no matter how old you are, no matter, it's a very gentle exercise to practice that I felt like we were such a variety of people, a variety of ages, and we were all able to participate in Qigong. So I feel like it's a great exercise to do that doesn't strain your body too much, right? Most of our thrivers listen to us on the podcast, so I think they're going to want to hear more than see, but we want to direct them to your website as well as your Instagram page so that they can follow your videos, and we're going to post examples as well. So let's say you're doing these movements, right? In terms of like emotional healing, how does Qigong work?
So anger is preceded by fear. Right. Fear is preceded by worry. So if we can get rid of worry and fear, then the anger never really gets in there, okay? So I'm glad you asked that question because there's a different emotional response for every situation. So we have the liver dance for suppression of anger, frustration, resentment, shame, blame, and guilt. And then we have another dance for drama. So some of us like to create drama. And even when things are going well, we got to pick a fight with somebody or accuse somebody of something or mishear or misinterpret what somebody says. So there's one dance that has 3 different parts to it. So how does Qi Gong deal with that? Because anger is a stored emotion. So you have a tendency to tighten, okay? So if you're worried about something, you tighten. If you have fear about something, your low back tightens up. So when a kid is scared, he pees in his pants. And when an adult is scared, he
pees in his pants.
He's scared whatless.
Oh, well, shitless. Starve talks, we could say shit.
Yes.
Okay. So if you're scared shitless, it means that fear undermines the control of your urination and defecation.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And that's going to precede anger. Thank you. So if that precedes anger, then that's something we should deal with, right? And if worry precedes fear, this particular exercise deals with worry, obsession, and compulsion. So women, as a general rule, what's next? What's going to happen? How can I make things smoother? How can I prevent things from being worse? So, wife, lover, daughter, whatever that is, I want to do more. I want to do better. And that creates a certain level of worry, which then turns to anxiety, which then turns into anger, which then triggers cancer. So it's a whole downward spiral sequence of events. So how does Qigong deal with that? By forcing you to move a certain way, okay? By forcing you to move, then you keep the muscles open and you keep the blood flowing. So it never gets to the point of contraction. And if the blood keeps flowing, because the kidneys filter all the body fluids, the lymph filters all the dirt, sends the dirty water to the kidneys. Mm-hmm. The kidneys filter all the fluids, sends the dirt to the urine, to the bladder, puts the pure back in the blood. And then the liver filters the dirt out of the organs, turns the dirt into bile, and puts the pure back in the blood, which then goes to the heart. So the liver, the spleen, and the kidneys are all filters and protectors of the heart. And all emotions affect the heart. So this is how Qigong prevents cancer, prevents heart disease, and prevents lung issues.
You said that a lot of, so basically breast cancer is poor exercise, stored emotions, and diet. So the one thing I really want to take a little bit of a deeper dive into is your take on diet as it pertains to overall health and wellness. So what is your particular diet and what would you recommend to anybody, not even cancer, no cancer, to be at their optimal health?
Okay, so I think you should eat 50% raw.
Mm-hmm.
I think you should limit your meat intake to 3 ounces 3 times a week. I think you need to drink 2 to 3 liters of water a day. I think you should do a half hour of exercise before 9 a.m. and after 4 p.m. outdoors in the sunlight.
Yes. What if we don't have sunlight?
I was
we
just
live in
about to say.
New York, here from New York, you know the weather out here, and Montreal, we're over
Even
here.
worse. I know.
It's raining today.
Do you not see how
it's
dark
dark?
it is? It's really
dreary.
dark.
It's
Well,
dark outside.
I have one word for you.
Move.
Florida.
Take us.
For some reason, we always do end up in Florida. So
It's true.
Florida does call to us.
For information purposes, I went to acupuncture school in Montreal.
Yeah.
Wow.
79 and 80. That's probably before you guys were born.
I was born in 80, so.
I was born in 88. parenthesis, just like we can get back to your tips after. How old are you, Dr.
I
Love?
am not telling you.
You have to. This is Thriver Talks. We usually get
I
like
am
the inside
not
scoop.
telling you.
Come on. That's such a compliment, because anyone watching the video right now, you would like, what did we say? You're an acupuncture physician since 1986. I'm sure people are watching this video like, but wait, how? What? How was he a physician when he was a baby?
Well, it's just a
I gotta
testament
tell
to
you
taking care of your
that
body.
Everybody
Exactly.
my age retired 5 years ago.
Wow. And you're still out there on the beach making
I'm still out there.
videos.
And I'm talking about acupuncturists actually retired. And I'm like, how can you retire? I love this. I love doing what I'm doing.
Well, it just goes to show that everything that you preach, you practice, and it clearly works, because results are right there in how vibrant you are and the amount of energy you have. My goodness, you have more energy than us. So what do we do? Tell us. Continue.
Okay. So fruit for breakfast.
Okay.
Oh no, we were talking about sunlight.
Well,
So,
the combination, your healing routine.
okay. So I did a fruit smoothie this morning.
Okay.
With what did I put in? Bananas, cherries, blueberries, blackberries, and raspberries. And then I used oat milk. I used cacao powder, and I put acai juice in all that, and that was my smoothie this morning. And then yesterday I did banana, cherry, chocolate, walnut. So I change the smoothie every day.
Okay, so smoothies in the morning.
Smoothies in the morning. And then for lunch, I make the most delicious salads.
Yeah.
So yesterday I used black carrots, chickpea sprouts, broccoli sprouts, sweet yellow peppers, a red hot cayenne pepper, baby zucchinis, baby kale, brown onions, red onions, brown tomatoes. And I chopped that up with sesame oil and ume plum vinegar from Japan. And I dusted it with a little curry powder, and I chopped that up. And the people I served it to had never eaten a salad like that, ever.
I saw on your Instagram and I was like, yum. That looks so delicious.
So you eat 3 times a day. You get 1 acupuncture treatment a week. Which one is going to have more impact on your health?
Diet, of course.
The 21 meals versus the 1 acupuncture, right? And if you do Qi Gong twice a day versus the 1 acupuncture, which one is going to have more impact?
Qi Gong.
The Qi Gong. So Qi Gong is the actual basis of Chinese medicine, okay? So I love acupuncture, but it's only one tool in the medicine bag. So there's breathing, there's meditation, there's internal exercise, externalized, food, herbs, self-massage. There's a lot in my medicine bag. So acupuncture is one tool, but the foundation of all of that is the Qigong.
I just had like an aha moment, because it's so true. Like sometimes I crave acupuncture, but to be honest, I can only make it about once a month. And especially being in quarantine right now, there's not a lot we could do to get to acupuncture. So Qigong is definitely something we can do from the comfort of our own home. We have access to it 24/7, and we can do it ourselves, which is such a great, it's something that we can definitely implement from home. And as much as we would love to get up and join you right now for a Qigong dance, our cords are really short, keeping us connected to the audio. But even for our viewers, next time, we should have known. Can we access, we've been noticing you've been doing lives and that you have videos on your Instagram page. Can we join you live for Qigong sessions, or how can we access your work?
I'm so glad you asked me that, because I completely forgot about it. If you go to loveqigong.com, you can join the tribe, and then you can register for the daily classes.
Amazing.
So we're on 7:30 in the morning, 7:30 to 8:30, Monday through Friday. When you join, then you get access to the previous classes. So we have a private Facebook group, and then we have a private Vimeo group. So when you join the private Facebook, it gives you access to the private Vimeo, so you can see all the past classes. So that is $25 a month, which is nothing because it's like $1 per class.
Yeah,
And
that's
then
great.
you get the archive of all the previous classes. So whenever I talk about breast cancer, or I should say breast health, because I'm promoting health, not cancer. So when I talk about breast health, I say this exercise is really good for breast health. So if you watch on a regular, you're going to pick up all of them.
Like, it's not just for breast health. Like, everyone right now has the ultimate fear of COVID-19. Everyone is in quarantine. COVID-19 affects the lungs directly, which you have just proven that Qi Gong, the breast, the lungs, all this lymphatic system, it's all connected. This is the best exercise, considering that no one can go to the gym, no one can go to yoga studios, no one can go out. That's exactly what you're doing right now. That's all it takes. And it's a great thing to do at home. But I know that people are listening and watching you right now thinking of Tai Chi or Qigong or traditional Qigong, right? And they're thinking of the slow, meditative type of Qigong. But then no one knows that Dr. Love has his own style, which is what Steph and I, as hip hop lovers, this is why we were so attracted to your practices in Florida, because you actually do Qigong rap. What in the world is Qigong rap? How did that start? And is there anyone else who does Qigong rap except for you?
I have yet.
If they do it badly.
It is so cool.
Yeah, you guys have to check out his video.
This is a funny story. I had 2 students in my class. They were both from Montreal.
Wow.
They both went to the same nightclub. They didn't know each other. So we were doing Qigong, and they said, you know what? You should end the class with a dance. So I'm like, yeah, really? You think so, huh? So after a couple of months of them pushing me, I made up a dance, which you all know is the Qigong rap. And then somebody said, well, you should start the class off with a rap. So I started heart, lung, liver, spleen, kidney, chi, heart, lung, liver, spleen, kidney, chi, anatomy, physiology, anatomy.
Hey.
So I started the class with a rap, and I ended the class with a dance. And then people went ballistic, like, do more, do more, do more. And then slowly but surely, then I got 6 dances, and then 12 dances, and then 18. I'm up to 33 dances now.
Wow.
I got an invitation from the Wudong Association in China to come there and teach in China. Now that just completely
Qigong rap? You were doing Qigong rap in China? That's awesome. Is there a difference between traditional Qigong to your heart spun?
All I did was speed it up and put it to music.
But in terms of what the benefits are
the movements and the benefits are the traditional movements.
Wow.
I just made it faster.
Give it your own.
You gave it your own
flair, your own style.
My own flair on it. And then once you get in, then I can slow you down. But if you're looking at Tai Chi, it's like watching paint dry. Boring. And then I got a bunch of friends that own gyms. They're like professional bodybuilders. And they're like, your Qigong is weak. And I'm like, one class, just do one class with me. Then after they do one class, they're like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I didn't understand. Like,
it's so fun.
It is so fun.
Just like it's the joy of it's combining traditional Chinese medicine and like the implicating like the chi, the energy, your emotions, but then with just fun hip hop, rap, dancing. It's like the best combo.
And it's a great way to start your day, because when you feel good about yourself,
Yes.
your immune system is on.
Yes.
When you feel bad about yourself, your immune system is down. Okay?
Yes.
So there's something called the limbic system. The limbic system says, I'm warm, I'm dry, I'm full, I like myself, and I'm sexy. And if any of those things are not true, then we want a candy, a gum, a chocolate, a cigarette, a beer, a wine. I want to shop. I want to, so we're looking outside of us for something to make us feel good on the inside. And all you got to do is turn on your favorite jam and just boogie for 20, 30 minutes, and you're going to feel better.
Yes. Can you give us a little rap? Sorry, I just want to hear a little rap. Instead of, because since people, give us a little.
Dance with me, so.
She's going in for the kill. She wants the age. She wants the rap.
Oh, yeah, it's Thriver Talks.
Put your hands on your hips. Put your hands on your hips, side to side. Qi Gong, side to side. Qi Gong. Now hulu to the left, side to side. Hulu to the left, side to side. Qi Gong, side to side. Qi Gong, side to side. Now hulu to the right, side to side. Hulu to the right, side to side. Qi Gong, side to side. Now bend your knees and dip, spank, dip, spank, dip, spank, dip, spank, dip, spank. Now roller skate. Qi Gong, now roller skate. Qi Gong, now roller skate. Qi Gong, now roller skate. Now dip, spank, dip, spank, dip, spank, dip, spank. Now backward skate. Qi Gong, now backward skate. Qi Gong, side to side. Qi Gong, side to side. Now Harlem shake to the front. Harlem shake to the front. Qi Gong. Now Harlem shake to the front.
I don't see you moving, Stephanie.
Harlem shake to the front.
Harlem shake to the front. Okay.
Yay! Now I think the listeners get it. That's what you're in for.
Again, we're going to plug your website, like on the, people can find you on your website. But where can people, sorry, go ahead.
So it's DRQI, Dr. Qi Love, on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube.
Okay.
Amazing.
The website too.
And loveqigong.com. And that's how you get to be a member of the tribe and join the online class and access the archives.
Great. Well, we're so honored that we got to have you on our, do you have any last questions now or?
Well, I usually just like to end it in a way where, everyone listening right now, whether it's breast health or not, we have thrivers to us are just people who are seeking to improve their life, especially with what's going on with COVID-19. Everyone's in quarantine. Like, I guess, what would be your 3 best tips to stay well, healthy, mind, body, spirit?
Well, number 1 is to stay hydrated.
Yeah.
Number 2 is be happy. And the best way to be happy is to dance.
Yes.
Okay. So you guys don't have access to the ocean in Montreal.
Nope.
So you can't swim. So Qigong is your only option.
Do you think that swimming and Qigong has similar benefits in that sense?
Yeah, swimming, dance, sex, and Qigong in that order.
Boom.
Okay.
We got it.
You got it?
We're on it.
Yes. Dr. Love, it's been such a pleasure to have you. Honestly, I've been craving your energy since we last saw you in Florida. And believe me, if we lived in Florida, I would be at your classes weekly. So thank you so much for blessing us with your presence and your energy today. We're going to tell our listeners and viewers how to follow you on all social media platforms and how to find your videos on your website. And for anyone listening or watching, if you know anyone who could benefit from the many, healing benefits of Qigong, please share this episode with them and subscribe to our newsletter for more information at www.thethriversguide.com.
And don't forget, where there's a thriver's will, there's a thriver's way. Thank you so much, Dr. Love. We hope to see you soon.
Thank you.
All right.
All right.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.